What is up, you guys? Welcome to session 115. We've had a crazy weekend, guys, in the stock markets, as well as crypto, and just the whole world in general, guys. This weekend I did not get any sleep on Friday, as much as you may know that the United States invaded, Venezuela, and we captured a narco terrorist dictator, Nicolas Maduro. And first off, I thought this was the start of something really big, guys, because obviously Venezuela does a lot of business with our adversaries, China, Russia, Hezbollah, Iran, so they have a presence in Venezuela, and Nicolas Maduro is known to be working with them, and so it was a whole big thing, guys. The Chinese were actually in Venezuela during this whole thing that went down, guys. So we had a operation, and Delta Force went into Venezuela and captured Nicolas Maduro, where he is now in New York, and he's facing charges for narco terrorism, cocaine conspiracy, and weapons charges, guys. So we watched the market what was open on Friday. We were looking at that was crypto. So Bitcoin got hit a little bit at first, then it came back up, guys, and now we're seeing it really take off here. And it just took capturing a narco terrorist for Bitcoin to run up, guys. So anyway, so we obviously had futures open flat last night. We had 24-hour market open up all right last night, and then today we are off to the races, and we'll get into everything as far as stocks and everything in a moment. But we want to go over how Mogul Fellows is doing. I think we haven't decided yet if we're going to continue these sessions weekly or if we're going to do them monthly, just because we want to start pushing other content out there, and we only have limited amount of time. I have my personal portfolio I manage, I have this, and I also have a job that I also go to, so it's just a lot. I have to also do other chores as well, reset the week every weekend. We got to work out, so there's just a lot of stuff. We'll see if we can continue doing these sessions each week. They might be monthly now. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how that goes next weekend. But yeah, guys, so let's dive in. So here is pretty much the weekly recap that I did last night on Mogul Fellows. Let's actually float this myself to the top here so it doesn't. There we go. So I wrote last night, we hope everyone is off to a killer new year of 2026. I hope you guys had a great New Year's Eve, a great entrance to 2026. We had a total asset value of $66,416.33, guys. That was the assets, and we'll dive into the screenshots here in a moment. But this week we cash flowed $259.28, with most of that being the new hood covered call campaign that we are doing, that we're currently in right now, guys. We started that last week, and we did a new one today, and we will give you more information. If you guys are in the Discord, you guys already know, but I'll give you more information next week, hopefully. Contract did not get assigned, so we ran one today. We had a wild week, as I mentioned. U.S. military invaded Venezuela to charge Nicolas Maduro narco terrorism, cocaine importation, conspiracy, and weapons offenses. I mentioned I was up, all night Friday night. I only got like 3 hours of sleep because, this could really affect the stock market if, our adversaries really did not like this and they wanted to respond heavily. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. There's also concerns that China now is really pissed off and they want to, now invade Taiwan. So that is getting brought up in the news as well. Bitcoin ended up on the weekend hovering around 93. We'll see what it's at in a moment. And stocks are stable with energy really pumping in the 24-hour market on Robinhood. So Chevron, ExxonMobil, Valero, we had all those stocks really pump, guys, oil stocks. And then we also had some defense as well pump. U.S. plans to invest billions of dollars into the oil industry in Venezuela to increase oil production to enrich Venezuela and the U.S. to limit oil going to China and other adversaries. But I think they're still going to sell to them, but obviously we're in control now, guys. So, and not Maduro, obviously. So, this was a strategic move to remove a narco-terrorist dictator out of Venezuela that was working with our enemies. The move freed the Venezuelan people from a dictator and for the U.S. to take control of Venezuelan oil reserves, which were trillions in value, guys. We will see how the market responds, which it did respond really good today. We'll get into that. So far, it seems stable with crypto, 24-hour market, and futures not crashing. So that was, I wrote that last night, guys. Here is pretty much our weekly check-in. We have certain accounts here. We have checking 693, tax saving 150. We got spending at 127 there. The stock holdings we got at 15, guys. The crypto, here is our crypto holdings, and then our Go mining value. Mogul 30 we have at 26,522. We locked in on that. Mogul options we had at 18,936. Mogul properties that we're just diving into on arrived we have at 538 there. And then Mogul collectibles, we have one collectible right now, our Tesla Mezcal collectible, and that is valued hopefully at 500. We bought it for 500. Hopefully that goes up in value over time. So that is pretty much the assets here. Cash flow, guys, we cash flow 259.28. You could dive in to see what we did here. These are all our income streams here. And then our stats, guys, we got 27 people in the Discord, including myself and some other, we have some bots as well, so that doesn't really we have around 20 to 25 real folks in here. So case studies, we have 5 case studies long term. If you guys are in the Discord, you guys could get advantage of that. It's start of the new year, so Mogul 30 P&L year to date is at 0. So we will get that going here. Be a cool stat to look at. Mogul options P&L year to date as 211. That was the one we did last week and expired in January, this past Friday. So 211 so far year to date on Mogul options. YouTube subs we have 109. YouTube videos 369. We want to get those up. YouTube views, we want to get these up as well. Mostly shorts, guys. Our long term doesn't really get watched too much, but we just like doing them so much that we continue to do them. We don't do this, guys, for views or anything, but it's a cool stat to really see. It motivates us each week to try and get to the next milestone. So 168, I would like to see this at 200 soon, and then after that I would like to see it at 400, and eventually a million, guys. So really our shorts are really the ones that are taking off. There are most of these views. We are total properties invested. We have one, guys, we have the Stranger Things Airbnb, and if you guys haven't seen the end of Stranger Things, you guys gotta watch it. It's insane. We watched it right before we went out on New Year's Eve, and that show is crazy, guys. And yeah, it's pretty insane ending to Stranger Things. It was a whole 2-hour event on New Year's Eve. So Go Mining miners, the project, our Go Mining project, we have one miner so far here. That's going to be, I don't know if that's going to be a main project of ours or not. We're kind of iffy on the platform. Hasn't really proved to us that it's going to be a good platform for a good project, but we'll see, guys. We'll see. We'll put in a little bit of money at a time. Total terahash accumulated, we have 1608, guys. 1608 terahash Satoshi mined. Last week was 2,075 Satoshis. Merch items sold. We haven't really touched merch in a while. It's on our website, mogulfellows.com, if you guys want to go over there, buy an item. Here is one of the sweatshirts here. We just bought this, I think around 50 bucks, guys. Total collectibles, we have one Tesla Mezcal. Total collectibles sold. We haven't really dove into this yet, but we eventually want to get our eBay store up for our collectibles. So that is the stats, guys. That's pretty much our weekly check-in. Let's now go to charting. We're mainly a stock market brand here, stock market club. This is mainly where our our income comes from, is stocks. What we first started with, so we are mainly a stock market brand club. So we do want to also invest in other asset classes. So we went from a stock and crypto club to a wealth club now that we're getting into other asset classes. So that is where SPX is heading right now, guys. We're really moving up, higher highs here. We are at the 6,900 range here. We have a price target. We want to say this on the first session of 2026. We have a price target on SPX at 8,000, guys. 8,000. That is 1,100 points away. I think we could get there, guys. I think we could get there. Obviously, we saw this, year. If we look at the past year, guys, we see it, at 58, and it's at 69 now. That's 1,000 points that it, went up, in the past year. So that, we'll see if it gets there, guys. We obviously saw this big liberation downturn. We're going down to 48.35, and then really skyrocketing back up here to the 6,900, where we're at currently, guys. So hit that, we saw a little nasty downturn right here, hit that 200-day moving average, or sorry, 50-day moving average, and bounce back up. So that is SPX at 6,900. Didn't quite get to the 7,000, which we really wanted it to get to year end in 2025. So the ones running today, we have Oklo really running 15% today, guys. Look at that, hit that 200-day moving average, now bouncing back up, trying to make a way to the 50. We have it at a 51 RSI level. Coinbase today, guys, we have up 8.21%. Crypto really trying to make a run. Bitcoin, we have the 50-day really trying to cross down below that 200, but now we see this really coming back up. We could see if this come back up and make a reversal there. So we had a 50 RSI. Robinhood really making a move today. We are in this cover call campaign on this stock, and we're also we also trade this stock as well. But we have that really making a move, 7.24%. We have it trading at 123.24 at a 51 RSI level. Mara Holdings, crypto, Bitcoin miner, we have really making a move, 7.17%, trading at a 46, right below fair value range. And then we have BMR moving, BMNR moving as well, 6.96% here. This stock, I don't know. I mean, we got into this stock because we like the idea of an Ethereum treasury, and a lot of these with crypto tokenization, a lot of people are going to be getting to the Ethereum blockchain. I think is the main one that a lot of these businesses are going to go to, but we really like this one, but we are holding this, guys. It's probably our number one loser in the one of our losers in the portfolio, but we see it making a move here now today. Bottom five today, obviously we have Dutch Bros coming down 2.67% there, 46 RSI. CoreWeave really struggling, 2.5%. We saw it make a high there, 187 there, back in June, and then we see it just really come down here, but we'll see if that makes a recovery here in the next year. Uber, we have down 2.49% at a 39 RSI. Johnson & Johnson has sold off as well. You know, down to this 50-day moving average, 47 fair value. We can see if this can make a reversal here off. We saw it do it here, we saw it do it here, and you know, so we'll see what happens. And then we also have MGM, guys. MGM down 1.43% here at the 49. So that is the top 5 and bottom 5 in the Mogul 50 watch list here. We are in 30 of these stocks. The ones with the check mark we are in. Ones without, we are not. They're on the sidelines right now. So that is pretty much how stocks are going right now. Let's now go over our you know, the live updates, guys. So Dow jumping nearly 600 points to close at a record as markets rally after U.S. Venezuela action. So stocks rose today, even after the U.S. attack on Venezuela and capture of leader Nicolas Maduro, as crude oil prices saw gains and investors bet the action would not lead to bigger geopolitical conflicts that upset markets. Let's get rid of this right here, guys. Whoops. Let's X that out. All right. The Dow Jones, you know, gained 59479 points, or 1.23%. We had, you know, 30 stock Dow advancing 0.64%, and then we had NASDAQ adding 0.69%, guys. So energy is the one I really want to talk about. So energy stocks led the gains on the notion the companies would benefit from rebuilding Venezuela's oil infrastructure. So Chevron, guys, surging 5.1%, was seen as the biggest beneficiary because of its current presence in Venezuela, which has the largest proven oil reserves in the world. ExxonMobil added 2.2%. Shares of oil field services companies that could aid that Venezuela energy rebuild, like Halliburton and SLB, moved higher by 7.8 and nearly 9% respectively. The State Street Energy Select Sector ETF, XLE, increased almost 3%, guys. So that is, you know, energy really killing it. Here's a quote. You guys can read that if you want to. Even with bullish equities reaction, traders also added exposure to gold future contracts tied to precious metals. Rose 2.8% for their best day since October 20. Here it is, guys. Bitcoin traded above 94, guys. You can see right here. Let's go look at Bitcoin here. So we see it right now currently at 93,973, so near. It was trading above 94, but we currently see it at 93,980 there. About to make another move back over 94. So we'll see if this gets to 100, guys. We're almost there. Back over 100 would be nice. What else? Shares of Big Bank, Goldman Sachs, and Regional Bank, U.S. Bancorp jumped 3.7% and 2.9% respectively. So here is more on Maduro. So following the attack and capture by the U.S. military, Maduro and his wife Celia Flores were flown to New York, where they were charged with narco-terrorism, conspiracy, and other crimes. Drug trafficking, according to the indictment, has enriched and entrenched Venezuela's political and military elite. President Donald Trump said Saturday in a news conference that the U.S. would run Venezuela until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So that is more on that, guys. And here's some defense stocks that were also up today. Shares of defense giants General Dynamics and Lockheed Martin received a bit of a boost, moving higher by 3.9% and 2.9% respectively, with Trump latest action showing quick military strikes would be a key part of his policy for dealing with geopolitical issues that arise. So that is the, pretty much the live updates. We went over how Mogul Fellows is doing as a brand, weekly check-in. We dove into, some charting, see how SPX is doing. And then we jumped into Bitcoin, how Bitcoin's doing, jumped into live updates here, guys. So that pretty much concludes session 115, guys. If you guys have any comments, please comment them down below. We could get, we'll respond to you guys if you guys do that. And yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you like this content. Please consider subscribing. Till next time, see you guys later.